Hey everybody, this is just a quick walkthrough preview of my Minecraft printer that I've been working on for a while. I started working on it a couple of months ago and then stopped because I got bored and decided to finally make a video about it. So, and finally got it actually working, or sort of working. So, ow. I hate that new sound where the bones crack. Anyway, where to begin? The beginning? Basically what it is a big ass feeder thing here. This is the paper, obviously. The paper feeds in through here and through a whole bunch of these pistons that are all timed. They basically, first one fires, the second one fires, third one fires, so on, to bring all the paper down and feed it in. And then down here you have the ink head, or the print head, or whatever you want to call it. Ink gets fed in from a cartridge back. Whoops. Ink gets fed in from that cartridge. It all gets fed in with the sand, because sand's the only thing affected by gravity. It's just the easiest way to print things in, to feed things in. So that's the ink. The ink doesn't have to be replaced that often, not as much as the paper. Eventually I'll expand the paper cartridge to be larger, but for now it's fine the way it is. So, how to explain where to start? To start with, I had to do this all manually, so that was like manually flicking all the switches and then making it go on. But it is automated now. I finally finished the automation today. It didn't take too long. It was one of those things I started doing and then stopped doing, and then come back a few months later and go, oh yeah, how come I didn't see that solution to start with? Originally I was doing this all with like logics and stuff. Now I've just done it with timing. The timing turned out easier. Basically, I mean, it's slower with the timing. It would have been a bit faster if I had figured out the logic a little better, but the logic was just fucking up, and I couldn't be bothered getting it to work any other way. I probably could do it now because it's been months since I tried to do that, and I'm a lot better at programming now than I was like 4 months ago when I started this. Anyway, first signal. I'll follow the signal. That's generally the easiest way to explain these things. Basically, you push this button. A signal goes off that way, and one goes off this way. This is a little pulsar, I guess they call them. It's a pulse thing. It accepts an input, but only puts out a small pulse for just like a split second, which then goes into this. This here, this whole thing is basically a piece of memory. Is the way it works. It holds the A. I think it's set as A. It holds what an A looks like, and it's got 3 levels because if you look over here at my alphabet, it's mostly 3 by 5. There's a few that are not going to be 3 by 5, but what we're going to be printing is an A. It can print any of the 3 by 5s at the moment if you can figure that one module, but eventually what I want to do is have a keyboard, so it's going to have all letters of the alphabet plus a space and probably a full stop and maybe some other special characters as well. But basically, that's an A, so if I wanted to do a B, I'd have to make another one of those here, set up as B, and then another one as C, and so on. So there's how the A is going to look. And it's set up in 3 layers as this one. Things like W and M are going to have to be 4 or 5 layers. Come on, yes, slow ass, there you go. So there's the first layer, they're all set to on. So what happens is the signal comes through and punches these pistons up, which lets the signal go through momentarily, which then feeds down here, all the way down here, through all these, and activates this line. This is sort of like a bus. It's going to be not like a school bus, no, like a computer bus. Basically, it just carries all the signals down from here, and it will go all the way down that way, and hopefully there's not too much a difference in timing, so I'll be able to have like the B next to it and go down there. And because it's sort of, you can see, sort of angled like that, I should hopefully be able to put other letters on the other side and still have it feed into the system. It should work like that, and it will be a bit more compact and not quite as massive, but it's still going to take up a lot of space, because each letter of the alphabet, or anything, is going to be about that big or bigger. Anyway, so when the first one goes off, the second signal is already here, and it goes down this timer, which then goes up to the second layer, which is actually here, and goes to there, which makes the second one pop, and then finally it goes through another delay there, which goes up to the final one pops, and then goes through one final delay, which puts an extra. Oh, we're losing the light. In extra space, so it actually has typecast. So let's give it a shot. Click that, and see it all working. So there's one, and sorry about the graphical glitches, fraps, and Minecraft don't get along. So you see that it's working there, and ripple effect through the ice. Oh, not the ice, the sand. What the hell is wrong with me? And it should be almost done. There it goes, sending the last signal. And now we have an A. Thank God that worked, because sometimes it doesn't. Actually, I think I have fixed most of the bugs before it was not working so well. This thing here, these are like repeaters. These are going to get replaced, because at the moment they block, damn it, they block a lot. They block like 4, a gap of like 2 or 4, so it doesn't look like one continuous piece. I'm going to redo them, so instead of doing this thing right now it's overly complicated. What it does is, if there's a thing here, it grabs it and then grabs it and then pushes it. It's overly complicated. What I'm going to do is have one so it's under here, pulls it down, pushes it across. That's all it's going to do. Pull it down, push it across. Next one, pull down, push it across. I mean, eventually it's going to be a long sort of staircase because it's going to keep pulling them down by one, but at least it'll look like a single ribbon of paper, quote-unquote paper. It's not paper, it's actually wool. The white is wool, obviously, anyone who's played Minecraft, but if you haven't, that's wool, not paper. And that's all black wool for the ink. And, I mean, that could be any color you wanted as well. You could have any color font. Yay! So that'll look like a long ribbon. It'll look like a long ribbon, kind of like a stock ticker, I guess? I mean, this could really be a stock ticker, a slow as shit stock ticker, but still. It's faster than most of the printers I've seen out there, but I haven't seen too many that are like this. This is more of a typewriter than a printer. A lot of the other printers I've seen, 3D printers are slow, but I understand why they're slow. They're, you know, way more complicated. And this one takes about 10 seconds to do the A, roughly. I didn't actually time it, but it takes about 3 seconds to do a single section of the character. That's pretty much all I can think of right now. There's probably more to this, and if you have any questions, just comment, and I'll try to answer them. It's not that complicated, this thing. I've made more complex things before, but the main complex of this is getting the timing right. Getting the feed timers right, getting the timing between each punch of this. That's the junk feed. I think I've said that before. Basically, that's just there because you've got a limit on the pistons. They can only push things 13 blocks until they can't push any further in that direction. You've got to have these sort of repeat. That's what those repeater things are there for, and that's what that's there for as well. So when it gets too high, it goes across and it does that. I'll quickly print another letter as well. Love that sound. Eventually that will go across, and I'll have to figure out some way. I don't think there's a way of destroying blocks. If there is, let me know, but I can't think of a way of destroying the blocks without manually destroying them. I destroy them in MC Edit, so at least that's easy. Let's do a... what letter shall we do? Done an A. What comes that? Oh, we could do a B, but that's a bit predictable, isn't it? Let's do a H. So then it can be saying or because it's panicking. So that's easy enough. We just come here. This is the middle layer. Turn that off, and it's configured for H. I hate that sound. That. Grass. Moving through. You can sort of see it. Oh, we'll watch the memory as well while it's doing this, so you can see it. When it prints, it goes ding. And then it'll do one more, I think. Unfortunately, the A is sort of... See, this is the problem with this, is why I gotta get rid of this. And there's the H. Yay. So that's why I gotta get rid of that, because right now it breaks the words up, so it looks... you can't really do words, it's sort of stupid at the moment, but I'll fix that later. And there's lots of other stuff I'm gonna add to it. A bigger paper cartridge, a keyboard. Eventually it will have a keyboard, and you'll be able to just type. And it'll have a little kill switch so you can't spam it or anything like that. So it'll be user-friendly. I don't know why I bother making things user-friendly. I'm the only one who uses these damn things, but I like making sure my my programs or my devices or whatever have error checking. It's just always a good practice to have. If you're wondering what all these buildings are, those are prototype not escalators, elevators, or lifts? I get those confused. Depends where you come from, I guess. Get in, here you go. People who really hate stairs. Oh, you're able to see my alphabet, too. So there's the alphabet. Backwards alphabet. I sort of did it in that order. That big. That'll be bigger when it's done, because remember, it's going to have like 26 to 30 or however many characters I do of big buildings like that, and it'll go off in that direction probably, and it'll be huge and cool, hopefully. Some of it's messy. I'm not too anal when it comes to my wires, so there's some wires there and whatnot. These are the prototype ones. The thing with these is you had to actually be near the switch in the direction you wanted to go, whereas this one, it doesn't matter where you are. It's like that, but it has a little, see it down there, it's a toggle switch. So if you press it, and in a normal situation, not a normal situation, for a lot of the elevators I've seen, you'd have to go up a ladder or whatever to get to, if it wasn't near you, which I don't know why people would do it like that, but this is slightly more improved. So if I want to call the elevator, it works like an elevator, I can call it. I might make it a little light, actually, because I go up and down like that. Would look cool. So, like a real elevator, you press the light and it goes ding, coming. And then go down. I won't even begin to explain how this thing works, but again, it's all fine. Signal goes up, basically a massive spiral with timing, and it hits those as it goes up. So basically, there's a piston that pulls and a piston that pushes. So the piston that pulls will pull the next one, or push the next one, depending on which direction. And then the pushing one will push it, and then it will pull it forward, and then it will push it. Bloody, bloody, blah. They're complicated things, but they're not so bad. Most things in this game don't come down to like mathematical or logical difficulty. It comes down to just working out the timing. Anyway, and it's raining. Anyway, if you have any questions on this printer or anything, leave a comment.